at least as it's known here on the great big internet of things, is Desi Delacour, which translates to absolutely nothing and stems entirely from my lifelong username of choice, Desidration. I consider myself, by trade, to be an oracle, philosopher, creator, and aspiring muse. And where you find yourself right now is my personal YouTube channel, where I'll be sharing select readings from my blog, lifestyle videos and vlogs, fashion and decor inspiration, book recommendations and journal prompts, strange and unusual experiments, philosophical discussions, and really, truly, whatever captures my fancy. You see, I come from a time when Christmases looked like they did on TV, when selfies were taken for fun rather than advertisement, and when weekends smelled like Blockbuster and food courts. And as I now watch the world I once knew fade into the increasingly bizarre dystopia we live in now, I am very tired. But I am also hopeful. And so, it is my goal to share that hope with all who are open to it. And I work on a variety of dreamy and weird and creative projects, which are meant to propel that goal forward. And all without compromising who I am. You will find no SEO-optimized, keyword-driven sales pitches here. I tried that once, and while it did work in getting my projects out there, I have to admit that I absolutely despised it. And I am totally convinced that the careful manufacturing of our every word and action, the compromising of form in favor of function, the beige and concrete disaster piece that is the modern way of life, is the #1 contributor to today's mass suffering. I am a maximalist to a fault, a romantic, a dramaticist, an alchemist of mundane into magical, and as an oracle, I am able to maintain my spirituality. All my life, the strange and unusual has clung to my skin like damp chiffon, one of those intangible, inexplicable gifts passed on by my family, which I tried wishing away many times throughout my youth. Still, like glitter in my veins, it lingered perpetually into the present day. In time, though, I came to accept it for what it was, and the witchy housewife was born. Through this avenue, I share my journey and my gifts in hopes of aiding others who may find themselves on a similar path. Such is the hub for all things Chthonic Wicca, my personal religious path, as well as all of the metaphysical goods and services I offer. All of those wonderful, informative things I wish I had for myself growing up. As a philosopher, I am able to maintain my healthy sense of curiosity. I have learned so much about myself and the world around me through the simple and innate habit of always asking questions. And as these things tend to, my priorities have shifted with age and experience. There are things that have become quite clear to me in this life that I've lived that don't seem quite so clear to others. So, following in the footsteps of the great philosophers throughout history, I'll share what I've learned through a sort of theoretical state of society that I have dubbed the Osmium Age, a sort of modified golden age with an emphasis on connection and protections in place against the threat of temporal decline, one that I've thought very, very deeply about in all of the time that I've spent inside of my head. As a creator, I am able to maintain my sense of childlike wonder. You know, ideas are seeds that are eager to sprout, figments of the mind begging and pleading to be graced with the breath of life. It is the inclination of the idea, the sole purpose of the idea, to be brought into existence. And it is our purpose, I think, I feel, I believe, to manifest those ideas. Regarding my own method of doing so, I've always had a fondness for storytelling and visual arts. My very online presence was born on such a basis through artwork and fan fiction and thread-based roleplay. And today, I continue to create works of art and literature, to create comics and tell stories, and to develop my own brand of fashion and decor. I've learned that regardless of where my life may take me going forward, my desire to create will be the one thing that never fades. It permeates me. and it will outlive me. As a muse, I am able to maintain my zest for life, to continuously fan the flames of my own inner spark. I was once teased for my tendency to romanticize the beauty of the human experience, and upon tucking that part of myself away to conform to practicality and brutal realism, I realized how dull the world appears on the other side. There is no color, there's no life. It was only after hitting rock bottom that I gave myself permission to be myself again, to enjoy life and all it has to offer through my own eyes, the way that I was born to see it. With this perspective, with all the insights and ideas and impressions that it brings forth, I hope to inspire others, above all else, to try looking at life in this same way and to share what they find with the world in any format, any medium that they may wish to share it. This includes you, of course, and I know that life may not be simple right now. It may not be easy. It isn't. It may not be any of the things we wish it was, any of the things that we were promised in our youth that it would be. But still, we have no choice but to live it and hope that we can make it easier on ourselves, easier on others to do the same. We have, in this place and time, in this physical experience, a unique opportunity to take a step back, take a breather, and realize that we are all sailing in the same boat, headed in the same direction, despite what every talking head and bitter work of public mourning would have you believe. We are, for better or for worse, in it together, and we can only hope to steer ourselves in a better direction once all of us have made a genuine effort to realize that. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you enjoy your visit here, and then I hope you go off and make beautiful things. Should you be interested in the things that I plan to create, you will find all relevant links to my work in the description of this video. I also ask, of course, that you subscribe to this channel for future videos, that you like this video to stick it to the algorithms, and to comment if you feel so inclined, to introduce yourself, to share your ideas, your creations, your philosophies, and I hope to speak with you again soon. But until then, have a beautiful day, make art, make magic, make your life worth living again. Much love and all that jazz.